What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Gohan. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and call this Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I don't know why they didn't put Super Saiyan 2, because this is actually Gohan from his last battle with Cell, so I don't know why all the bells and whistles were added. But anyway, we do have Gohan here in the packaging. You can see a nice image of Gohan, the newer style Dragon Ball Figuarts box, an image of Super Saiyan 1 Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then we do get some images of the figure, and I'm a little perplexed by this. Like, we get a Super Saiyan 1 Gohan, but as memory serves me, I don't think he was ever Super Saiyan 1 as, you know, all beaten up like this. I know he should have had, you know, an alternate head with his black hair, but, you know, I don't know, there's just something about it that he shouldn't have this hair, to my knowledge. But anyway, that's all for his packaging, so what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him opened up, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review, so sit tight, everyone. And here we have Super Saiyan Gohan posing out of the packaging. I'm going to say right off the bat, probably one of my favorite Dragon Ball figures that I own right now. I was a really big fan of the Cell Saga, so getting this Gohan, you know, it just really does bring a lot of memories back. I even went back to watch the entire Gohan versus Cell fight, and, you know, it's just one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z moments. But before we get on to the figure, let's actually run down his accessories, because he does come with quite a few, so let's show those off really fast. First off, we have Gohan's fist hands, which he does come with 4 sets of hands, so that's one set of rights, one set of lefts, and in the packaging he does sport the fist hands, which are right here. Another style of hand he does sport is the Kamehameha hand, or the Ki Blast hand. And like I said, we do get a right and a left of each of these hands. Then we also do get a wide open hand. And then we also do get this partially open hand, although I really don't think we should have got a right and a left hand for this. I think we really should have only got a left hand for the hand off to his side, because that's how it was in the anime. And switching the hand is quite simple. You just find the hand that you want to use, and let's put the fist hand on him. And it just pegs on like that. And let's actually find his broken hand. Yeah, there we go. And they peg in to spot really nice, and you can mix and match however you want. Let's actually take this hand off and put on his Kamehameha hand. You know, just because that's how it was in the anime. But as you can see, they interchange really well, so if you were wondering about that, they are pretty nice and tight, no problems on mine. They do swivel, but we'll get more into that when we go over his articulation, so let's actually move on to his next accessories. Gohan is sporting not one, but 2 different heads. You can see we do get his Super Saiyan 2 hair, and we get his standard Super Saiyan hair. So that's really nice, although I think I would have liked a base form Gohan, you know, with black hair, because in this style he was either seen as Super Saiyan 2 or his base form, because this is late into the fight, and, you know, he didn't revert back to Super Saiyan 1, at least that I can recall. And then we do have a Super Saiyan 2 hair. The faces are interchangeable on both of them, so if you don't want to have this face on him, you can change that out. It's as simple as pulling the hair off. Do be careful. The hair does come off, and then you can just pull the face off, like so. And let's say you want to use this face, you can do that. Just grab the hair, pull the face off, replace it, and then get the right hair on him. And as you can see now, we have him looking off to the side slightly. So I really do like that feature, and on top of the 2 different heads, he does come with 5, is it 5? Yes, 5 faces. We have this one where he's looking off to the side. We have this more ready to fight face. We do get one where he's clenching his teeth. We do get a screaming face for Gohan. And then we do get this one where he's looking off to the side. I'm gonna guess charging the Kamehameha, and then you can have him launching the Kamehameha with this face. So I don't know how I'm gonna have mine posed yet. I just know he's gonna have one of these faces on. But that's all his accessories. We get the 4 sets of hands, the 2 heads, and the 5 faces. So it's just a matter of preference how you want to have your Gohan posed. So what we're going to do now is get Gohan put together, and then we'll go on to some of his details. So let's move on to him. And here we have Gohan posed, and let's get a good 360 of him. Like I said, probably one of my favorite styles of Gohan, and I'm really glad I waited to pick up a Gohan figure, because, you know, I kind of wanted the final showdown with Cell Fig Gohan, and the original one had the full outfit. He had the cape, he had the Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 hair, but I kind of like this one a little more just because he does have the battle damage, and like I said, it is one of my favorite parts of Dragon Ball Z. So here we do have Gohan, and they did a really good job sculpting some of his detail. Let's actually show that off really fast. I really do like that head sculpt. They did a really good job on the face. I think that Figuarts is getting better and better at the Dragon Ball Z faces as time goes on. You can see the hair is a really nice shade of yellow. It also does have some orange highlights in there. Kind of wish that the orange highlights also were on the back. They only seem to have put it right here in the front, and it's the same for both heads. There's some orange highlights in the hair, in the front, but and the back it's completely ignored. And then we do get his torn shirt, which you can see. There is a difference in the color of his torso and his stomach, and that's because his stomach piece is purple plastic with the flesh tone painted, where his upper body is flesh tone with the purple painted. I don't know why they went that route, but from a distance you can't tell, but looking at it closely you can see some discoloration there. And like I said, it's not too noticeable from a distance, but if you get up close you can start to notice it. His belt is a separate piece, and you can see he does have some of his gi torn and molded on the belt. He has blue wristbands that you can see are frayed a little. They're not pristine, they're a little torn up, which I do like that. I kind of wish the belt was a little torn up a little too. But, you know, that's just wishful thinking on my part. His pants have a tear in it, you can see right there. A little bit of paint right there on mine, but it's no big deal. And then again, you can really see where the plastic was painted versus the actual flesh tone. And then we get on to his boots, which are a really nice brown. I kind of wish that some of the details were highlighted in the boot, but that's neither here nor there. It is there. If a customizer really wanted to bring that detail out, they can. But am I going to do that? Probably not. But that's Gohan's detail for you, so let's actually move on to his articulation. Gohan does have a ball hinge head. He can look up and down. You can tilt his head side to side. And then if you really wanted to, you can turn this joint so we can have some side to side movement. But it's all up to you how you want to have your Gohan posed. And then he does have I'm going to guess a ball hinge in the neck, because we do get some movement on the neck. You can see it gives him a little more movement up, more down. So we do get some nice movement in the neck, although be careful that when you put it back in that you're not scraping it against his chest. Arms on a ball hinge joint, so we do get some movement here with a joint. It does move up and down on that ball, forward and back. You can get it up about that high. A little problem on mine is that these floating cup pieces, they don't want to seem to come back out. And it's the same for both of them. If you raise his arm up, you can see this one's a little easier to get out. You can see it doesn't come back to hide that joint. This one obviously does not come out, and it's a little bit of an issue, but you know, it doesn't bother me too much. We do get a hinge at his shoulder, which gives him outward movement and then a full 360. We do get a bicep swivel right here. double jointed in the elbow. And then we have a ball hinge style wrist, so if you want to have his hand bending in and out, you can. Or you can turn that joint. Let's see if I can't do that. And then we have an in and outward movement for the joint, so it just depends on your preference. I'm probably going to have mine with his arm hanging down to his side like that. But that's just to replicate the scene from the anime. He does have a ball joint in the torso, although it doesn't really want to move too much for me. And I'm really scared of scraping this paint, because once that scrapes, it will start exposing the purple plastic, and I really don't want that to show. But it should give him some left and right movement. It is stiff on mine. He does have a torso joint right down here. It does appear to be a ball joint, so we can get a lot of movement out of that. Legs are on the new style of hips. They do go forward about that far, which is really good. That far back, out to about that far. He does have a thigh swivel, which if you swivel his thigh, you can actually get him kicking really high up, and that's really impressive. I really do like that. I didn't think of doing that with Trunks or Vegeta, where we just rotate the thigh joint and it gives him more range. He is double jointed in the knee, although on this knee, that's as far as the joint will allow it to go, despite having a double joint. This one, on the other hand, does go back further, so you get more movement out of his right knee than his left knee. His ankles are on ball joints. You can see they do rotate nicely. They go forward and back, side to side, swivel, all that good stuff. And then we do get a toe hinge on Gohan, which works really well. So no complaints there. So a really nice figure. Really digging this Gohan's articulation and his overall look. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. And here we have Gohan posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like this figure. I kind of do wish that they omitted this head from this figure, and we got a blast effect, because you can see he will look really awesome if he came with a Kamehameha, which I really want to track down one of the new premium color cell blast effects, just so I can have Gohan shooting his Kamehameha. But overall, just a really nice figure. Thankfully, I did wait to pick up a Gohan to get this version. I think this is a much better version than the first Gohan release, but the first one is a really nice figure. I just don't have him. Well, I'll probably pick him up sometime down the road, but for now, I'm actually really happy with this pickup. Now, I did get this Gohan off Big Bad Toy Store, and he cost me, I think, $54, I think it was, plus shipping, so it came out to maybe $60, which is a fair price, seeing as how it is an import figure and you're paying for it to come to America. If you can find this Gohan, I really recommend you pick him up, especially if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z like I am. I kind of regret not picking up the Figuarts Dragon Ball figures earlier, but I do know that they are releasing newer ones that seem like they're better than the old ones, so I'm really looking forward to those. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, go ahead and like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. It always helps me out when I get new subscribers, and tell me what you guys want to see. I want to know what you guys would like to see me review. Go ahead and check out all my other import figures. All my Dragon Ball figures are also up on my channel, as well as all my other figures, so hopefully you guys like that too. And until next time, I'm KingofDragons 5000, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone. My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me. It won't